Kirsten said before. So as we move and as you get to know me, I have a lot of energy, a lot of excitement and a lot of energy. So you're gonna catch me moving, and I'm gonna set up some expectations with you all, so you'll know how to handle me as I'm out here being of service to you. Okay? Interactions are a must. I have to hear you talking back to me, maybe laughing at some of the things that I said, just engaging with me. That way I know that you're taking this in, you're understanding, and I'm giving you what you need as well. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Great. I love it. I love that you're listening to me. Please feel free to stop me and ask any questions that you have about this, because I do definitely feel that branding yourself with customer service, if you choose to truly be a genuine service, it's the right step. It's a step in the right direction, okay? Use what you've learned today to grow, all right? Then make sure that you share my contact information, since we don't have a big audience here, but make sure that you share all my contact information with everybody that you know, all right? And if you need to, yeah, you can take a moment, I'll read it out loud. It's www.thehospitalityg.biz. You can follow me on Instagram at _hospitalityg, or you can call me direct, 336-500-5517. I want you to be here because I choose to be of genuine service, right? What is service, right? We all take that journey and say that we are here to offer service, the action of doing work for someone. If we're going to own our own businesses, if we're going to be out here providing service, we need to know, hey, that's an expectation. You have to have it in you. You have to be ready. You have to know that that's what you want to do. Right? So, what is a brand? An identifying marker, right? That identifying marker that's going to set you apart from the rest. Just like Dr. Harrison was talking about, everybody who's going out here to be of genuine service has to have some type of identifying factor that's going to set them apart from the rest. How will they remember you, right? What are they going to say when I walk away? How everybody remembers me is that I always got my teeth out. And she said that, oh yeah, she said that, teeth out, you gotta have them out. You have to welcome that next opportunity. You have to have that measure that's going to say, isn't that what we're here to do? Aren't we here to provide service? If we're here to provide service in a way that people will remember you the right way, because when they remember you and they remember you the right way, they tend to want to come back. But when they remember you the wrong way, the first thing that they do is that they run to that social media, right? And they start talking about the experience that they had when they were with X, Y, and Z. Notice I didn't say the hospitality team because I don't want anybody to have that experience. But you have to make sure that you step out, have that identifying marker that no one is going to forget you, and that they're going to understand that you came to be of genuine service no matter what service you're bringing them. But when you treat clients right? When you treat clients right, all right, you know that they come back, right? And most importantly, they remember that you treated them right. And they run their mouth then to all of their friends in the right way. They start going to that social media. They start talking about how much fun that they had when they were engaged with you because of how you made them feel. Right now, every organization, no matter if you're starting your own business or if you are working in an organization, people are more concerned about how they feel when they are in that environment. So you want to make sure that you're creating the right environment. I don't know about you all, but I know that it makes a statement when I can walk around here and say that I feel good. Right? Yes. Don't you feel empowered when you can walk around and you say, hey, I feel good. And now people want my service because I've made them feel good. You have to.
And you look good.
There you go. You have to make sure about that. The next thing was going to lead right directly to that. Body language, my friends. In this world, as she said, body language, that's the conscious or unconscious gestures and movement that communicates your behavior non-verbally. That's the slouch, right? That's the toes tapping, that's your arms crossed. That's throwing off all those non-communicated cues that I don't even want to be bothered. And you think that you're standing right here because you want to be of genuine service, but you're wanting to give them attention, but you've not paid attention to your body language. What you're offering them. You're talking to me, I'm looking directly at you, right? And the moment that I start doing this is the moment that my body language has told you that I don't even care about you anymore because of my position. And how now I'm carrying myself, so you have to make sure that you're mindful of your body language. You want to make sure that you're carrying yourself in a positive manner. And I'm going to always refer to this slogan that you want to put your teeth out. All right? That's an amazing factor in this. Right here, your smile may be the sunshine of someone's day. That thing is a weapon. All right? It is a universal sign of happiness. That's your invitation to opportunity. That's smiling to say, hey, talk to me, or I'm nice, right? That's what we like to see. That's what we like to feel. Knowing that you are giving yourself and giving that smile is giving that energy that's necessary to make sure, hey, I'm on the right track. I got the right body language. I got my teeth out. I'm almost there, right? I am almost there. So as Dr. Harrison was saying before in her presentation, we have to make sure that we keep it moving with the right eye contact. Never missing that opportunity, letting you know that I'm focused. I'm ready to be attentive. If I'm always keeping my eyes in a position to watch my client, I'm ready to be of service to my client. I can anticipate needs of my client. I can see what's going on. I can almost read their body language to say, great, is there something about me that I need to change? Because I can already read with my eyes as I'm paying attention that, hey, I'm ready. I'm here. I'm focused. I see you. You see me. We are ready to be engaged with each other. Right? How does it make you feel when someone doesn't keep their eye contact with you?
Like they're not interested, they don't care, Even says I'm like a bad
disrespected.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything anybody else wants to add? Or does that pretty much sum it up? Because remember, I said I like this interaction thing, so we got to make sure that if you agree, say what they said, and we can be okay. Yeah? All right, I like it. So, you don't want to give that image off. If you are out here, no matter what service, no matter what product you are offering, you want to make sure that you're giving that universal sign of respect. You even want to make sure that within that eye contact, you're smiling. Because that gives the positive body language, right? That makes people feel, hey, you're engaged. It's not about me anymore. It's about you. I have my attention, my eye contact, my body language, my smile, ready to be here of service. They're going to remember. I promise you they're going to remember. What that does, it sets up that line, like I said before. I have the positive body language. I have my teeth down. I'm making eye contact with you because those are the things that I need to do to make sure that you trust me, right? Because I want to be of service and I want you to trust and feel like you can approach me, like you can tell me anything. So approachability is necessary, right? And I draw those lines with that welcome mat right there because I want every client that I want to be of service to feel welcome. Come right up to me, talk to me. Let me do it with my body language. Let me do it with those teeth out. Let me invite you to come to me. And as you are out here setting yourself up for business and success to be of service, no matter what you're offering, you have to be welcoming. You have to be approachable. You don't want people passing you by because you're not smiling or because you're not making eye contact or that body language, right? I'm slouching. I have my back up against the wall. And now I'm ready to get into action. No, you want to make sure you're prepared and ready in action at all times. Again, I said I have a lot of energy. So I can always stand with teeth out, ready to go all the time. That means I want this opportunity. That means, hey, come on in. I'm inviting you in, and I want to be of service to you. Welcoming, yes, sir.
It's something that you say teeth out, and I'm always constantly thinking of President Obama.
Yeah.
In terms of how you see him, he's always smiling, engaging, teeth out,
yeah,
and just very open and welcoming, like you say.
That warms people up. It makes them feel like, hey, gosh, even if I don't get anything out of you, you're nice, right? At least if you're smiling, even if you're feeling bad, they don't know because you're reflection. You're showing off, hey, I want to be approached and I want to be here for you. So if you're going to step out and you're going to be of service, why not? My favorite thing to say is, when in doubt, put your teeth out. Put them right on out. Because then you're engaging, you're excited, you're happy. You have that welcomeness about you that says, come to me, right? That smile can draw you all the way in, and it can be something that says, hey, come here, let me talk to you. Golly, I want to talk to you a little bit more because you have your teeth out. Approachability, they will walk right up to you and feel empowered by the simple thing of the smile, right? All of those clues and all of these signs and everything that I'm talking about builds you into self-awareness, my friends. Self-awareness. Yeah, I got that up there, that the process can be painful, but it leads to greater self-awareness, because sometimes when people have to tell you about yourself, especially when you think that you know and you're ready to be of service, right? But somebody has to tell you about yourself. What that means is that your body language isn't matching. Your eye contact is off. Your approachability isn't there, right? So you're not self-aware. And then, like Dr. Harrison said, you try to say, well, maybe it was them, right? It was them. They didn't see it. I smiled for like a half a second. Maybe they were blinking. Who knows, right? But you want to make sure that you are aware of how you're coming across, especially in the environment of being of service. This is a business. This is your livelihood. It's going to depend on your approachability, your self-awareness, and how you're going to be able to maneuver yourself in front of the people you are trying to impress in a way that they won't forget you, in a way that you are showing that you are respecting them, right? You have all of these tools here. You've now understood, okay, great, my body language. If I say that I'm a motivator, I better be energized and I better be ready to motivate, right? If I'm happy, I better have my teeth out. It's important. So when you have all of these things as far as your body language, that smile, I'm going to keep saying it, the teeth out, because it's important. All right? And eye contact and approachability, it's one of those things that sort of helps set the tone before you have to use your tone. Right? Those cues that you have about how you show up, how people are going to see you, their first impression, right? If they're going to feel welcome and embraced, if they're going to feel like, hey, you've given me eye contact, you respect me, you want to engage with me, and I want to engage with you, right? So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my mouth, and I'm going to speak. And we all know that we got to be careful, right? Got to be careful, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Tone is a trigger, right? Tone is a trigger, and that tone can trigger the reaction that can either set somebody off, and you better be able to change that tone quickly so you can easily rope them back in, because you want to be of service. You want people to remember you. You don't want to push people away by your tone. Your body language has to match your tone. Somebody's walking into your business and you're telling them, Thank you for coming. Welcome. Can I do anything for you? Their demeanor is going to change to figure out, do they need to do something for you? Do they need to change your behavior or your mind about the fact that you chose to be of service? And your body language and your tone aren't matching. And then we try to look for everybody else to blame to say, well, maybe it was them. And I knew what I meant, or I knew how I meant it. How did you take it that way? Tone is so important. Tone is one of those things that say, I'm happy or I'm sad, just by the way you sound. So when you are trying to be of genuine service, that tone is one of those things that you have to fight for. One of those things that you have to be observant about. If you're keeping that great eye contact with your client that you're trying to be of service with, what's the first thing that you do when you hear something that you don't like? You frown. What else? What's the first thing that you do when you hear something that you don't like? You do? All of those things. So, when you're able to see that those things are actually happening, you're able to read the body language of the person you are trying to be of service of, and you can see that their actions aren't exactly what you're feeling. You have to change your tone. You have to be self-aware of that, especially if you want to be of genuine service and you want these people to remember your name or at least come back, right? They'll say, I went in there that one time. That girl was crazy. I repeat, I am not going back in there. She didn't smile. She didn't give me eye contact. That's what they're going to talk about. They might not talk about it to your face, but I can guarantee you that if you are going to be of genuine service and you come into a space and you aren't that friendly and you aren't that welcoming, that inviting person, they aren't going to come back. That's going to be your sign. That's how you'll know. That's how you'll grow. That's how you'll say, I want to do something different. I want to change because I want people to remember me. Right? Good so far?
Yes.
Any questions about anything so far? Do we always find ourselves sometimes in that manner where, gosh, it's too late. I said it already. When we have those shoulda, woulda, couldas, right, doctor? And we have to say, oh my goodness. Maybe it was what I said or how I said it. Signs of a good leader. Signs of a good leader. Hard to find sometimes, and then you all know that, especially if you are now searching for an opportunity to go into business for yourself, right? Because we all want to make sure that we can make the rules. Make your rule. Customer service. Being of genuine service. Being true to you. Being ready to step up to the plate and be ready for your audience, for your clients, for the people that are going to experience you. All of these things play hand in hand, and they are so important. They may feel like you have just impacted their lives in a way that they never even experienced or never even expected, because they could be coming to you for something, and you completely change their mind with that genuine, authentic happiness, that welcome, right? When I said genuine, that immediately popped into my mind. Authenticity. You have to be true. You have to be real. You have to be genuine. People know when you're not being real. They might not tell you, but their body language definitely tells you. Or you might hear that, oh, okay. All right, type of thing. Because they know now that this is a front. You're not being genuine. You're not being real. And when you can't be genuine and you can't be real, it's going to be a problem. Because then you're going to start faking it. And then when you have to start faking it because you can't be true and you can't be real, they start to notice that too. And that's when you lose your shine. You lose your drive. That's not saying that you're a bad person, but you're not going to be able to offer the service that's necessary. So it might mean that you might need to change your passion. Right? Because if you can't be real, and if you can't be true, you can't be trusted. And if you can't be trusted in this environment and in this industry, you're not setting yourself up to be successful. If people can't walk up to you and feel that you have that approachability, you have the right tone, you're as authentic as possible, you have that good body language, because now you're engaged, you want them to feel like, hey, what's going on? What do I need to do? Right? Got your teeth out, because it's important. You are on your way. That way people are now knowing, okay, great. This is a real, true, genuine individual that really wants to help me. They are here for me. They truly are doing this because they want to, not because they have to. Yes, sir.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Going back to what I was saying, Dr. Harris.
Mm-hmm.
I have those hearts. I'm a very personable and social individual.
Mm-hmm.
I smile a lot. Actually hurts my mouth. But my boss told me, we were speaking one day, and he said to me that he felt as though he thought that it may not be genuine. How can someone be this nice, this respectable? How can someone smile this much? He questioned that. He said, well, maybe it was how you were raised, or maybe it's a front that you're putting on to put yourself in a different position. So it goes back to kind of what I asked her. Is it a such thing as being too authentic? Because he questioned my authenticity, because he said, who can actually be this nice? Who can actually speak to people this much? Who can smile this much?
Right.
So is there a such thing?
I don't think so, because you do it correct and you keep it consistent, right?
Every day.
And I think that that's what Dr. Harrison was trying to pull out of you. I hope that you are not at this job.
Oh no, I resigned.
All right, good. I'm happy to hear that, man, because you were having some problems. They were in your way.
Was it the same guy?
Same gentleman.
They were in your way, and you chose your path to say, this isn't the audience that I need to entertain anymore. Right? I am telling myself right now that I am going to be genuine. I am going to be true. I am going to be authentic. And if this is not the environment that I'm able to do it in, let them question. You knew in your heart that this was how you feel. People ask me all the time, because I quote every day, teeth out, do you live in Greensboro? I sure do. Why are you so happy in Greensboro? Because I woke up this morning. Because I have the opportunity to breathe. I am going to be thankful as possible about that. I'm going to wake up, put my teeth out, and now I'm going to be out. And I'm going to go out here and I'm going to keep them out, and I'm going to be my true, genuine self. Yes, it has made me have to walk away from opportunities, because people have asked me, how are you so happy? Why aren't you? Right? Don't let that negativity in your space, because if they aren't happy and you are just genuinely happy, they're envious, because they don't understand, how can you be this happy and I can't? It's easy. I choose to. And I'm going to keep on choosing, just like you should. Just like you should. You don't have time for negative energy. Anybody that's telling you or questioning why you're happy wants to know, you're going to have to translate it for them. How do I get there? How do I get there? And they might not want to ask, but you should offer, and let me help you. Just choose to be happy. Okay? Because you got it. Some are going to think, dang, that's arrogant. They ain't your audience. The ones who say, thank you so much, brother. That's the ones that you should feel like, oh, I completed that person. They understand that this is a choice. This is a behavior. This is how I need to be in order to be my true self. Now, I'm not telling you to walk out on no job now. If you got rent and bills to pay, don't do that. Don't do that. But make sure you carry your genuine and authentic self, because somebody is waiting there for you. They are going to be there to scoop you up and pick you up before you can hit the bottom, because you are staying true to you and you are not letting anything get in the way Authenticity, you gotta have it, man. You can tell that I'm gonna be me, as should you. Any other questions? Because that was a great question. That was a great question. I struggle with that. Ivy, are you being too loud? Ivy, are you being too excited? Ivy, are you being too energetic? Oh, nah, to that person. But to Ivy, Ivy feels engaged. Ivy feels empowered. Ivy feels like she can do anything and hopes that she is pushing this energy into you to make you feel that you can do anything that you choose to do. And if you choose to be happy, man, be happy. Share it. Give it. Yes, ma'am.
This young man was dealing with someone who had some very stereotypical views in his mind.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't accustomed to seeing an individual smile all the time. He wasn't accustomed to seeing an African American man. I'm gonna say it.
Right.
Be happy and smile. So this is how people try to break you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that you're gonna be leaving the job anyway, what do you have to lose?
Right.
You're gonna leave anyway.
Right.
What do you have to lose by having that person understand who you are and being an example for other people to come that's going to come behind you? There was a teaching moment for that manager. There needed to be a teaching moment for that manager that he needed to stop looking at too much television, reading too many books that stereotypes an African American male, because you're supposed to walk around with your face frowned up, getting ready to get in trouble. I have a sociology degree. Okay, and the sociology that goes with this, that young man needed to be reschooled because he was totally living in a mode of stereotypical mindset.
And we started there. We started there just a little bit because of the rap that I have, right? My naturalness, my tattoos, the expectations. So that way, you said before, I have to make sure that I show up. I communicate. I try extra hard to focus on it. So you don't pay attention to the locks. So you don't pay attention to the tattoos that I have, and that you are hearing my message and not judging me on anything else besides what I hold as an individual, not how I look. It's a hard path. It's just a hurdle, though. It ain't a wall. So get your springers on, baby. That means you got to have that energy to say, I am not going to let anything stand in my way. Nothing's going to stop me but me. So if you stop, it's because you chose to. But you have to make sure that if you are stepping into this role of entrepreneurship and you are going to be here because you are the person who is going to put the food on your table, you better not stop. You better give it all that you got and give it the best that you got. YOLO. Right. You got to do it. Yes, ma'am.
One of the questions that I have is basically, what transitions or what strategies or tips that you have right now for someone who's transitioning out of that old life into becoming the best version of themselves? Like, because it is a mind game. So how do you come from that negative mind subconscious thinking to that positive thinking?
Well, it all depends on what resources you have and the things that you're able to do with your community. She's probably not going to like it, but I'm going to go ahead and put on the spot. Y'all, my mentor just walked into the back room. And sometimes people having that little person who's going to believe in you enough to keep you on the path, because I was there. And I'm going to tell you, I showed up at a organization that specialized in customer service, hospitality, but my mind wasn't there yet. I played basketball, and basketball was my thing. Okay, so I was an athlete. An athlete came with the tattoos, because that's just what they tend to do. I'm not going to say every athlete, but I did, right? And I'm not going to say that I'm the tone for every athlete, but that was my demeanor. I had the locks, and I would cut all funny types of designs in my hair and everything like that, but serving, I was just serving. It really didn't matter. But because I was serving and I was not ashamed to be my authentic self and giving it the best that I got, I had an opportunity. And when you're serving, people say, hey, I'm serving and I got to make money, right? So it's all about what section am I going to get? Am I going to do it right? And what's going to happen? But by this time, I had served enough to know that somebody's got to take one for the team sometimes. So there was an opportunity for me to serve on the outside of the restaurant. And it was not a beautiful day outside. So I automatically thought, just like everybody else who didn't want to go set up the restaurant, I'm not going to make any money. I'm not going to make any money. You know what I said? It's okay though. I work tonight. And that was in my mind. You have to always have that backup plan. It's okay. I don't have to get money today. I can get some money tonight. But oh my goodness, I better make some money tonight. That's always in the back of your mind. It has to be. So what happened is I went to my boss and I said, listen, I want to set up the terrace. I want to serve the terrace. I want to do this. And if it gets nice outside and everybody comes outside, I don't want everybody who didn't want to set up the terrace to come running up in my section taking my money. Because it was about the money at first. It was. It had to be. You got to take care of yourself. So I had this day that ended up turning into an amazing day. All right? Everybody was outside, girl. They were. And they were in my section and I was serving them. Doing everything that I could do to serve them. And this couple, because you're always on stage again. Even if you're in that environment when people are trying to say, why are you so happy? You're still on stage. So you have to carry yourself like that. So as I was carrying myself, making sure I was taking care of everybody, this couple that was sitting there said, I know you don't have time, but you are doing your thing. Can you take my card? We want to ask you about being our operations manager. For real? I took it, but I was busy because the whole place was busy, so I had to take that card, digest it at another time. The first thing that I heard, my friends, was money, money, money. Because I was an athlete. I was just serving operations manager. I'm going to make my mama proud with this degree I got. Because he keeps asking me, when are you going to use your degree? Why are you keep serving? When are you going to use your degree? So I said, I'm going to go. But I went to my boss first and I said, hey, I'm going to work out this 2-week notice with you because I'd be crazy not to use this opportunity. It ain't what it is. I want a place to come back. All right? So I went, done this little job. I tried, like you said, to fit in, but I didn't do my research. So I fell into a business where nobody was doing what they said that they were going to do, and that's the organization that I came from, to the point that I tried to maneuver myself to fit her expectations of me. But it started wearing on my morals and my values. So I had to go back home. When I went back home, that's where I met that young lady. And that young lady told me, all right, girl, you're going to come over here to this hotel. This is what we're going to do. Whatever you got going on with your hair is going to stop. Okay? And in my mind, and it sometimes has to be that person that's going to tell you the tone and how they tell you. I needed her to tell me how she told me. So that way I could understand and digest, because if it would have been the opposite way around, it probably wouldn't have sunk in. Because every time I show up and I give this energy, this genuine energy, somebody told me before I left the restaurant, oh, you could be a manager if you cut your hair. I never paid any attention to that because I didn't know that they were stereotyping me. I didn't know that then, but I know that now. So I know that because all of those things fall on us, we have to talk a certain way. But it's about having that help. I then said, okay, great. I identify a certain way. So now I need to look for role models who are successful, who identify like me, right? And I had to do that research. So then I found out about a nonprofit organization that was local in my community that was going to sustain my livelihood. So I began to get engaged with them, right? And the only thing that separated me from those people that were in that organization was my dollars, my bank account. Not my attire, because just like she said, I can go to the Carolina Thrift on a half-price Monday and get a banging suit for $10, right? You just got to know where to go to, right? And then that confidence, because if I wouldn't have told you that my suit was $10, I would have thought that I had made it. But I already told you that this was my first time speaking in public before I got on the floor, right? But you have to make sure that you're able to find those things that you're going to be passionate about, so that way you can show up with it. That way it's not an activity. You're not trying to fit yourself into this mold to where you're too tired and you can't perform. You're actually doing things that you're passionate about, and people are respecting you for genuinely being yourself. It makes sense. But you're going to have to find that passion or something that's going to be that guiding. And of course, volunteering at a nonprofit does not pay the bills. It pays the soul. Okay? Yes, sir.
Just to add to what you said, my library is my car.
Yeah.
So the information that you put into your mind, listening or reading, can help you transition from that negative to that positive. So audible.com, YouTube is full of, positive mentors and messages out there that you can listen to on a daily basis that transition from one mindset to another.
Or I'm gonna give you my information, plug it one more time, and you can follow me at the hospitality, at the underscore hospitality G. That's what I'm about. Okay? Now, back to this little presentation. I know I went on the side, but you asked for it, and I wanted to make sure that I gave it to you, okay? Is that knowledge. Knowledge is so important. You have to know what you are talking about when people are coming to you wanting your service. You have to walk your talk. You have to do what you say you're going to do when you say you are going to do it. But knowledge goes beyond your field. Sometimes, if you truly want to be a genuine service, and if that's helping people, then you have to figure out the resources that are going to climb you where you need to get. What does that mean? Let me talk about this story one time. I went into a shoe store for a friend's wedding. I needed some Chuck Taylors. I walked in, the girl was pleasant. She said, "Hey, how are you? What can I help you with?" I said, "I need some Chuck Taylors." She said, "Oh, they're over here on this wall." So we're over here at this wall. She went with me because she wanted to be of genuine service. I said, "I'm looking for," I was in a wedding, guys, electric purple. Don't judge me, no, I'm just messing. Yeah, no, I was in a wedding, so I was looking for electric purple Chuck Taylors. All right? So the girl said, "Gosh, that's the one color that we do not have in the store. However, if you go down the hall to the store, I know for a fact that they have them." Let me tell you what just happened. If you are about the money in this business, you will say, "I ain't giving nobody else no money." Right? But if you are truly about making sure that you connect to people and people remember your name, you are going to go, just like I did, down to that store and say, "Wait a minute. She said online." That girl knew what she was talking about. I'm going back to my house and I'm going to order these shoes online now because she cared that much and I wasn't searching around for them anymore. She directed me to where I could get them, but because of her level of service, it made me want to go back online so I could make sure that I stayed true to the fact that she helped me. And guess what? It's going to happen like that sometimes as you're going on this trail. But if I had the opportunity to say, "I have Chuck Taylors," right? I just didn't have your color. When I need another color, guess where I'm going back to first? To that store. Because they helped me. And I remembered how I felt once she helped me. Once she knew her product knowledge and I knew to circle back around, oh boy, that makes a difference. I wanted to go back to her. Well, I haven't gone back yet because I only wear Chucks if I'm in a wedding and I haven't been in another wedding. But no, it's one of those things. It's a memory thing about how people remembered how they made you feel. And not only that, they say, "Okay, great. I'm going to refer everybody else that I know that's looking for Chuck Taylors to that store too because they know what they're talking about over there." Why wouldn't I? So as you're approaching this, if you're in business and you are going to be of service, know what you're talking about. But also have some resources and some friends that you can call on. So that way it even makes you look better. You don't have to know everything, but you got to have some friends. Right? And if your friends know exactly where to pick up what they're looking for, then you both will be successful. It plays together. It's like a no-brainer. It's like, why not? Right? The next thing is that ownership thing, right? That ownership thing, friends. It is so important to own it. Because there are going to be the times that the body language doesn't match. It's going to be those times where your tone just doesn't come across how you want it to. And you're going to hear that feedback because that self-awareness, that painful thing just didn't sink in just yet. So you have to own it. You have to be willing to own it. You have to own every discussion, every interaction, every transaction. Because this is what you are choosing to do. You have to make sure that every moment you're owning it. Things may come up, but we must own it appropriately. It gets that level of respect, the same level of respect that eye contact gets, right? If I've done something to you, or if I haven't taken care of what you need, I have to own it. Not only do I have to own it, I need to say, so what do I need to do better? Then I need to hear it, digest it, listen to it, do it. Stay consistent every time that I do it. Because you've already given me the handbook now on how to handle you. Why not do it? It's so important. Own it, especially when you get it. The number one thing that we must always remember, and that is showing appreciation. Always make sure to show appreciation to each and every client, no matter if they get anything from you, no matter what. If they are in your space, appreciate them for taking their time, for allowing you to be in their space. They're still going to remember that. Manners make everything so important. It comes across as why customer service should just be your brand, right? It should just be how you're handling your day-to-day transaction, how you are going to make sure that people show up and how they remember you. Maya Angelou said it the best, right? When she said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So if you do the positive thing and make people feel good, they are always going to remember. They are always going to come back. They are always going to need your assistance, or you are going to find that opportunity that's going to take you to the next level. It's going to allow you to get out of your own way. Because again, I mean that the only thing that can stop you is you. The only thing that can stop you is you. Friends, do you have any questions about anything that I've given? Any more questions at all? I told you I was going to plug that one more time. You can find me at www.thehospitalityd.biz or at @the_hospitalityg. My direct line is 336-500-5517. I was expecting some fun and a whole crew, so I just wanted it to be up there, but I have cards as well. There you are. You're very welcome. You're very welcome as well. Any questions about anything at all? My first time, right?
Never tell anybody it's your first time.
Tell her. No, that way.
Say first time again.
That I won't anymore because it won't be my first time. I'm honest. But you would have thought I was doing this forever though.
You would.
Yeah.
You would have thought you've done this. This is you.
This is my passion. This is my passion. Being of genuine service and making sure that I connect the community is my passion, my side passion. Right?
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Again, if you have any questions, one of the things that I will say is having that support system, that network. Please enjoy lunch. The wonderful support system that I've been able to bring with me today is from my friends over at Gassan's and my friends at 1618 Midtown, doing a lot of part-time. So I do some work to ensure that people are able to help me show up when I decide to show out. So please enjoy lunch, and if you get the opportunity, thank my friends over at 1618 Midtown and at Gassan's for providing us with such a wonderful meal, okay?
Thank you.
Lunch is served.
Is that a wrap?
Yep, that's a wrap.